I mean, if he's giving me $1 million, he can give me smooches on the neck after I'm down.
Good night, sweet prince.
Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyler Waltz.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Nerd News Podcast. With me this time is...
Tyson Cox, hello.
Yeah, you might remember him as the co-host from before we got rebooted.
Yeah, I just want to say, the podcast has been doing a lot better since I've left.
Yes, it has. Three people have brought that up.
It feels good to know that when you leave a project, it immediately improves.
I think it's more along the lines of both of us when it comes to nerd news and what we do have gotten better.
Yeah.
And the whole reason that we took a break to begin with is because we needed to figure out some things.
Yeah.
So, rebooted, more knowledge.
Yeah, we're doing it. It's good to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back.
This new area with these new nice signs.
Yeah. I brought up the sign like 3 or 4 episodes ago because I was like, yeah, we're having this done. And then it was like, the next one was like, they're going to get here, I promise. I'm not a liar.
He's not a liar.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about a couple things today. Here in part 1, we're going to be talking about some internet drama with how YouTubers historically haven't been the most reliable people.
Which I can't wait until we have ours. You know, some other up and coming kids get to do a one on us.
Here's the thing. Every celebrity has the potential for like scandal.
Yeah.
For me, and I don't know if it's just because how I grew up with the internet, the YouTube scandals always like hit different.
They're always weirdly like, you could have just avoided that.
Yeah, it's weird. And I think it's because YouTube more than anybody else is people that were never supposed to be famous that are famous.
I don't think anyone should be famous.
But you know what I mean, though,
Yeah,
right? It's not like they're in Hollywood movies and they're in the press. And
Yeah.
it's like a niche, mega market of people.
Person who just did stuff and then no one couldn't look around to anybody else and be like, well, Greg got caught for stuff. Maybe I shouldn't do stuff.
Yeah. And it's a big portion of it is people's past coming back to haunt them. But there's also a big portion of it of now that I'm famous, I'm doing some weird stuff. You know? So the two people that we're going to be talking about today, or let's just not get ahead of ourselves. The first one, there was a documentary, Boogie2988, who is one of the like original YouTubers, was very beloved and had one of the biggest falls from grace.
Oh no!
So I don't know how familiar you are.
To what I know, he's the guy that does like, he's like a real nerdy guy, right? Mm-hmm. And like he's you might recognize him from the clip of guy at Magic tournament punches through card table.
Yep.
I think is probably one, or flips one.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like an angry nerd.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That was like his meme and his joke, but he built himself up when it comes to like his YouTube presence and his live stream presence as like a sweetheart. Like he was like everybody's best friend and he was real sweet and just a big lovable.
Yeah, I remember seeing he had some weight loss journey stuff. And
Yeah. But now he is basically put into a corner of professional victim because he got a divorce and like he didn't keep the weight off and it was always excuses or somebody screwed me over. I don't necessarily need to go through the whole gambit of everything that happened.
Yeah.
But this documentary that came out was greenlit by him. Like the guy reached out and said, I want to do a documentary about you.
First of all, if anyone's like, hey Tyson, I want to do a documentary about you, I'm like, I haven't done enough good, so we are not doing that.
Yeah. But then as the documentary,
you're gonna have to watch me through bushes.
Which is how you watch most people, which is weird.
I'll give him tips.
Yeah. But so this video was supposed to show like where he is now. Mm-hmm. It's like what is Boogie up to now?
Yeah.
And it made him look terrible. And it came off to me as almost like a fetish thing. Like I want people to feel bad for me because of the stuff that he does and says.
So
because he said it was okay to put all this stuff out, and this stuff is making him look horrendous.
So when you say horrendous in what way? Like is he a jerk or is he just like kind of pathetic?
Strap in.
Okay.
The documentary starts off with interviewing him while he's in the bathtub.
Good.
And playing with rubber duckies.
All right.
And he's talking about his financial situation, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, back in the day, I was this huge YouTuber and I was bringing in like $30K a month, blah, 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 and I lost it all in crypto Come to find out, he lost like $600,000 or something like that with like NFTs.
Oh no.
So he's basically begging people for money at this point. He's like selling his magic cards and all this stuff. However, he still, because he shows his bank account on his phone on screen.
Yeah.
He still has like $30,000 of investments that he could liquidate, but he's selling like magic cards and stuff and saying how horribly like financial off he is and stuff like that.
I like how he has more money than me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you got 30 whole thousand?
Well, that's the thing, is he's talking about how bad his financial situation is, and he's doing like a breakdown of like, I don't have enough money to pay my mortgage this month because my YouTube earnings were only $1,000 or something.
Sure,
like that.
yeah.
So he's trying to come off as like, I'm struggling right now, but he has this $30K investment thing. He's got these other things that he could do. And when he's breaking down his finances, he's like, yeah, between rent and like electric and utilities and like, I have to buy Diablo 4. And you're
What?
like,
Well, first of all, no, Blizzard.
you do not. So it just, no, you don't, right? First
Yeah,
off. And it's
yeah.
like, he's blatantly lying about his financial situation.
Yeah.
Part 2 is him talking about stuff that he deserves because he has such a big fan base.
That's not good.
It's not. Because he was like, yeah, it's cool because like in this small town, like nobody else in this town got 4 million, just me. And he's like bragging about it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Immediately after a scene where he's talking about his financial issues and his controversies.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what are you doing? And then to follow that up, he doubles down on it because a big chunk, like $200,000 of his money went to prostitutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was the type of guy, and you kind of feel bad until you realize who he is, that he wasn't just hiring prostitutes. He was like taking them on dates. So he would pay for the prostitute, but he would like take them out to dinner and buy them bags and like
Yeah.
all these like,
He was getting like the girlfriend experience.
yes, he was
Yeah.
getting the girlfriend experience.
Which I don't know how you feel. I think sex work is fine. Do your thing.
I don't care.
It doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah.
I think they should legalize it to keep it safe and all that stuff. Maybe make sure your house is paid off.
Yes, exactly. But that's the whole thing is like he's trying to get the sympathy, like I can't pay my mortgage and stuff like that. But he's just blatantly being a shithead about the whole thing.
It's weird to me that he's like bragging about having 4 million subscribers, but he couldn't be like, hey, I have a Patreon. If you all throw $1.
Well, here's the thing. He's got 4 million subscribers. His videos get like 2,000 views, which not like we're getting 2,000 views, but also we're not sitting here bragging about our financial,
Yeah.
like, oh, woe is me.
Yeah. Well, we're two scrappy brats.
Yeah, right,
So-
yeah. That's why we're doing better because we're not saying that anymore.
Just watch the views go bloop.
Yeah.
But no, that is really. Do you think it's because he doesn't have, and it's the thing where like no one's around him to kind of be like, hey, or do you think he legit is like, I deserve this?
I think he legit thinks that, and he also, like to a certain degree, gets off on being the victim because you can tell he enjoys it because he puts himself in that, even if people don't know who he is.
Ugh.
Yeah, because they interviewed one of the prostitutes that he hired, and she was like, "Yeah, after him, I quit."
All right.
Yeah. That's bad.
Is it because he paid her like $197,000? No. So I retired. I didn't have to do that.
He was like, she was like, yeah, it really made me like get things into perspective. And like here a few years later, I'm now married with a husband and kids. It's like, it was so bad
That's
that she got scared straight.
yeah. He's Boogie's rock bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's not good.
He hokey pokeyed her. He turned her life around.
Yeah. But, and then like the mother of all things that got people against him.
Oh, so there's more.
There's more. Yeah. I'm not even halfway through. Like,
Really?
It gets disgusting.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Please continue. A little fun fact about me, Tyler. I'm a bit of a messy bitch.
But and then the thing that really just made people mad was he was like, yeah, like because of my fame and stuff like that, like I deserve to be with these women and stuff like that because of my success in this. And he's like, without my success, sure, I've been with an Oklahoma 8, but like this gave me the chance to be with California 10s, which as an original YouTuber, like I deserve that. I deserve that. And everybody was like, you are a psychopath.
Yo.
That's horrendous.
Oh my
Coming
God.
from a guy that, no offense, not fat. I'm fat shaming.
No, we're not fat shaming.
I am.
All right, we are. He is.
I am because of how he acts.
Yeah. No, you're not fat shaming. You're asshole shaming.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
being an asshole.
Well, that is followed up by him swiping through social media prostitutes and being like, she's a bit chunkier than I like to go for, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. No, you fat piece of shit. You're the problem. Like, that's when it's okay to fat shame.
Again, I'm gonna say it's not a weight issue on this one. He's a real jerk,
Yeah. No, he's just awful.
a real knucklehead.
Yeah, right. But literally every step of this documentary, they gave him a chance. And he just doubled down on being awful to people.
That's
While at the same time begging people to be like, yeah, you should feel bad for me. I'm doing really bad right now.
all right. That's pretty nuts. That he like. I don't know. It's hard to have sympathy for somebody that's down and out and a jerk,
Yeah.
and also not that down and out.
Right.
Like, I get not wanting to liquidate your investments because you need to not touch them for them to accrue interest.
Yes. I
Also,
would
get a job.
Yes.
You could get a job.
Guess what?
Domino's is hiring.
The documentarian. Right? That'd be the right word.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
The documaster, as I call them. The document wizard.
Set him up with like a recruitment agency thing and got him an interview and stuff like that. The whole interview, he's just tearing himself down. He's like, in the interview with this woman that's trying to help him get a day job, he's like, yeah, my name is Boogie. Like, he didn't say his name. He introduced himself as Boogie.
This doesn't feel so much like a guy was like, hey, let me do a documentary about you, so much as like he was like, hey, I have an idea.
No, he genuinely like went in with it because halfway through the documentary, he's like, yeah, I told Boogie that we would be back in like 2 months because like I just can't keep dealing with this right now. Like, the amount that he is trying to get me to put in this documentary to make things sadder is getting to me. Like, it's professional victimhood.
That's upsetting.
It's crazy.
It's also disingenuous. Sorry, you're talking about the job interview, though.
So he sits down, he introduces himself as Boogie.
Yeah.
And she was like, so what do you bring to the table? And he's like, I'm morbidly obese. I've got depression. And he just keeps naming all these things. So he's like, I'm going to be like sad a lot. Let's see, if you Google my name, you might see my felony for domestic abuse.
All right.
What are you doing? And he's like, I also worked in the porn industry for a while. And she goes, do you honestly think these are good things? Like, she stops. Yeah.
Well, that's somebody that values their time.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. First of all, you worked in the porn industry?
He was a blogger.
Blogger? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, what was he doing?
Yeah.
I'm not here to shame that.
No, not at all. But I doubt he's starring.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's just say I'm involved in the porn industry. I watch it.
Yeah. But
I was offered one time to be in a pornography.
oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I was in a Deadpool mask, shirtless with a little Daisy Dukes on because I was Deadpool boy. And this lady was like, hey, do you want to go upstairs and shoot a video? And I was like, no. And then she was like, okay. And then turned to the guy she was with, who was like he looked like I like rats, but he looked like a rat man. You know what I mean? Just like just slick back hair, like the bully from Doug. You know? And he was just like, too bad. I was like, oh, it's with him. You wanted it with him. I was Deadpool bottom,
which is fine, just not for me.
Yeah, it's not my jam.
But and then as soon as he gets out of that interview, the next scene is like the next day, and he goes, "Yeah, I was thinking about it, and even if she did get me a job, like I've got 4 million subscribers. I'm an OG YouTuber. I can't just get a job.
Like, yeah, you can.
You can if you can't afford your mortgage. Like, what? It's crazy. It's whiplash the whole time.
Yeah. The wild thing is, did you know that you can work a full-time job and be a content creator? Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
It's rough.
But you can do it.
You don't have a lot of free time.
It's I bet it's easier with 4 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
That is nuts. Does it keep going? Just keep getting worse?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
His girlfriend just turned 19. He's almost 50. She is very not mentally up there.
I said worse, not awesome.
Yeah. Right. But
like she,
not to disparage her by any means.
No.
They interviewed her.
Yeah.
Not doing well. Trauma type stuff.
Okay. All right.
Don't want to necessarily.
Yeah, we're not talking about her.
That's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
But him
But
being with her,
But a person of
Big
power would be taking advantage of
she
them.
messaged him because she was a big fan. So
Sick, dude.
yep, and he keeps her around to do like house chores and mow his yard. Yeah, it's crazy.
This isn't even like I am sad fun. Like, oh, it's okay, guys. We're working through it. This is like I am kind of a villain.
Yes, not kind of.
Do you guys like Batman?
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna try to kill him. Because I'm a villain.
no, it's terrible. So just all these things, and the drama now is that he's going back and saying that certain things were played up and his finances weren't technically blah blah blah, and he gives. None of that really matters. It's the fact that we have you on camera saying that you deserve California 10s.
Yeah.
Because you've only been able to have sex with Oklahoma 8s.
That's
That's
I've been to Oklahoma.
Disgusting.
Oklahoma 8s, pretty good.
Yeah.
they look okay.
But if you're the type of guy that says that, you're filth.
Oh yeah, that's not a cool guy move.
No, not at all.
That's not a guy. That's a you're drunk at a VFW, and then that guy's trying to impress you.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. So the Boogie situation right now is kind of setting the internet on fire because, I mean, there are a lot of people that are very nostalgic for his content. Like,
yeah.
People grew up with him.
And it's that lens too, because I remember because it was a lot of very earnest, very sweet stuff. That's like, hey guys, I'm really trying, but it's hard. The world's hard. I'm having a hard time. It's hard out here. It's still weird for me to somebody be like, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, my day was going bad. Let's make it. Oh, it got worse.
Well, in the documentary, they try and do like an up tilt thing, like, hey, things can get better, because he got booked for like a YouTube celebrity boxing match with another guy who is a notoriously heavy
The heavyweight, you know.
it's also down on his luck.
Okay.
They both
Really? Someone wanted to do a YouTube boxing match that was down on their luck?
Yeah, not just exploiting it.
Yeah, here's the thing. If like Logan Paul was like, hey, Tyson, I'll fight you right now for $1 billion. Like, yeah, I'll get knocked out. It's going to be fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $500 million.
No, $500 million. I said $1 million. You went.
Did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $500,000. Honestly.
I was like, I don't know. I can get knocked out once. I don't know.
Necked out. That's different.
I mean, if he's giving me $1 million, he can give me smooches on the neck after I'm down.
Yeah.
It's cleared first. That's all.
Good night, sweet prince.
He just hits me and then catches me. He's like, good night, my love.
But yeah, it's just the whole time he's just trying to play victim. But they paid him $10,000 to do that fight, which for him, that's what he needs.
Yeah.
And then
that
he was
should
like,
be 6 months to a year. I don't know, wherever is that? It's like,
right.
That's a good.
I think his monthly bills came out to like $3,000 a month or something. But still,
yeah, that's still 3 months. That's plenty of time to.
He's also including Diablo 4 and necessary purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, and Tears of the Kingdom. He was like, I had to get them. They even like audited his channel. He never made content on any of those except for like one Diablo 4 video. So it wasn't even like I have to get him for content.
For work. This isn't even for work.
Right. Yeah.
I need to de-stress from having my young girlfriend mow my lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stressful how she cleans my house for me.
But and then he goes through his expenses to get ready for the fight. And he's like, oh yeah, I paid like $4,000 for boxing matches. And he spent all of it. He spent all of it on like this huge fancy hotel. Like all these dinners. So he came out.
It's all protein.
Even.
It's all protein.
Yeah, came out even on that. It's like, okay, so you're just terrible.
Yeah. No, you join a boxing gym for 3 months or whatever. That's probably $600. It's not cheap, Right. Boxing gyms are gyms. You work out, you learn the basics. You get,
Then you fight another fat guy.
and then you,
Like,
you fight a guy.
Yeah.
And you both lose somehow.
Yeah, well, he was almost knocked out immediately. Like, he didn't land a single punch in the fight. So it was all in vain.
So it happened. And I'm gonna watch it later.
It's pretty funny.
I try to be better, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
That's so upsetting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when it's somebody who is a beloved person who has been given multiple chances by people because of his status.
Yeah.
Like, he was somebody that everybody loved. So it was like, okay, he's going through some hard times. Let's give him a shot. And then he shits the bed. And then they give him a shot. He's like, well, prostitutes. And then they give him a shot. And he's like, well, they're ugly and fat. And it's like, what is going on?
But I mean, we all know people like this in real life.
Oh, yeah.
That it's and you feel bad for them.
No.
But then you just realize, like, oh, they just circle new people in.
Yeah.
Boogie's just got 4 million people. He just got a big net.
Yeah.
It's nuts to me that he could. Now, I know he's doing it on purpose, but it would drive me crazy. It's nuts that he couldn't just be like, hey, I figured it out. I've cut my expenses. I have these rewards. If you donate, thank you so much.
Yeah. And there's YouTubers who have fumbled their content and aren't what they used to be.
Yeah.
Like the average lifespan of a YouTuber, not like they die, but the average like lifespan of a channel is generally 5 years from when they start to like really grow.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, like if he's down, he's like, hey, I got used to this certain type of lifestyle. I messed up. I'm trying to downsize. I would love your guys' support. That's so much different than it was actually $600,000 in cryptocurrency and NFT loss and prostitutes.
Yeah, and also, I like how. Wait, so it was 600 in crypto? What would you say it was?
It was NFT and crypto losses.
I like how he spent a third of his investment budget was like ladies.
Yeah, yeah, and not that many because he did the whole wine and dine experience.
I mean, that's still $200,000. That's at least four.
And in one of his expenses, he got one of them like $100 GameStop card.
I'm back in. I'm back in.
Did he like get him a purse and then he's like, get something nice?
Go get you a Sonic plushie. Yeah. She was like, you couldn't just give me cash?
Yeah, no, GameStop.
Well, he had investments, right? He had to really pump the stonk.
But on a side note, it ended on a happy note because he did mushrooms and he says he's figuring it out. He's not. He's fighting all the people on the internet right now. He's really butthurt about all the people mad at him.
So. I know. I was like, the mushrooms? I was like, all right, that's legit. Eat enough, you come out different.
Yeah. But
you come out fresh and different.
Yeah.
You come out new.
But that's pretty much it for Boogie. The other controversy, which we don't...
I forgot you said there's another one.
Yeah, well, the first one was way funnier. The second one is just something that I kind of wanted to like gloss over a little bit because it's kind of still developing.
Do you know what's wild?
What?
That if we wanted to, we could shift into being a YouTube like gossip channel.
Yeah.
And never run out of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Because the only reason I really know about this stuff is because... the Boogie thing, he's a legacy YouTuber.
Yeah.
I knew him growing up. I never really watched him, but he was in stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around on the internet.
Yeah, and I actively watched the second guy. So, like, when it came out, I was upset. I was like, that sucks. Because you never want it to be the people that you like. No. It's just like, but the Completionist YouTube channel, who is known for completing video games, has a charity event that he does. And I'm not going to name any names right now. Okay. But long story short, they formed an LLC to help support, I think it's Alzheimer's.
Okay. So far, pretty good.
All for it.
This is a great start to a story.
Yes. Yeah. And
for someone to be a good person.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And every year they do a live stream where they try and raise as much money as they can.
Nice. It's a good thing to do for a fundraiser.
Yes. However, the LLC or the 501c, that's 501c is
I knew
non-for-profit. Mm-hmm. I'm an accountant. Nothing I say is accounting advice. It's just I'm interested in this stuff because of my background. Yes. It's 501c that was holding this money so that they could donate it to medical and assistance and stuff like that. Okay. However, since the organization has been founded, all the money that's been donated over the years hasn't left the bank account. So it's really weird.
What?
Like, it's not a situation where it's like, oh, they're doing all these horrible things with it, or like, all the money's gone. Where did it go?
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
That's really weird. Yeah. Do you think he just likes a big number?
Maybe.
Or he's like, we get that 2% growth.
Oh, yeah, the interest on it?
Yeah.
So it's a 501c, so it can't really do that. Okay. It can, but it's a non-for-profit, so you can't profit. Like, that's the whole thing,
I got you.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
You can't, but
I'm not gonna get into it. Let's keep this. This is a fun podcast. Yeah, like, let's go back to talk about hookers if we need to.
Yeah.
Sorry, sex workers. I apologize.
There are some odd things. Right?
Yeah. First of all, that it's 8 years and just sitting there.
Yeah, I can't remember how many years exactly, but it's somewhere around.
He's like, I forgot my PIN.
Yeah.
This is really embarrassing.
There are there are just business expenses, which we run a business.
Yeah.
If we buy gas, we put it in the cars and gas account. If we buy equipment, it goes in the equipment account.
It's pretty hard. You're making it. Yeah.
However,
you had to agree for this?
Yeah, right. However, they had like $50,000 some dollars in just business expenses, just a bucket that just said business expenses.
Okay.
So there's still some weird like, hey, this needs to be audited.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of money hasn't disappeared. It's just been sitting there not doing anything.
That's weird. Do you think? I think I know what happened. He bought a really big kiddie pool and some swim trunks.
And it's all in there.
Yep. And he's just Scrooge McDucking it, just swimming around.
Yeah. But and that was a bummer because I do like the Completionist. He always came off as a genuinely good dude. It was one of them where I was like, man, I really hope that nothing malicious is happening here because the money's still there. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
And there's no way they just forgot about it because they did find messages where he knew it was sitting there and he was like, oh yeah, we should handle this. And then it just didn't happen for another 3 years.
I mean, if he was like, we should do something, or like, oh yeah, the good point. Like that's like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But I know as soon as I do, it's going to be like, he actually used it to buy an island. It's like, that's
don't
never a good sign.
He took 50 grand, gave it to Boogie, seemed down.
But that was the weird thing with the Completionist. There wasn't a ton of like jokes and stuff there, but it is something that's going on right now with somebody that I follow.
Well,
So.
and it's a weird one. That's the I can't. Why?
Yeah, if it was another scandal, like he spent all the money on list Vice.
But then we're like, boo, boring.
Yeah, that sucks. Like this guy that I trusted thought was a cool dude, kind of a shithead. That happens all the time.
Loves Mega Blocks too much.
Right. But that's normal. Like that's something that you're just like, I guess I put my eggs behind the wrong. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's just like weirdly forgotten about, but it still seems malicious because the business expenses, like there's an accounting and auditing side that looks very weird.
Do you think he's just trying to like float on it?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know why, because there is no benefit in it just sitting there.
Yeah.
There's none. He's not gaining money off of it. I don't know if it's a situation where it's like the only thing that my brain went to is it's there. So if something happens, it's there.
Yeah.
And we haven't done anything bad.
Okay.
So it's like a savings.
Yeah.
It's like we can donate it at any time. We haven't done anything illegal.
Yeah. Like we never said when we donate it.
Yes. So that could be the weird thing, right?
That's weird.
Because that's how a lot of 501c or non-for-profits get away with not actually donating their money is because they have so many expenses, right?
Yeah.
So like you donate $1.
Not me. I don't donate shit.
I can tell.
Hey, if anything, hey, do you got $1, by the way?
Yeah. But like you donate $1 and then you find out that 80 cents of it went to paying the owner for their time and the accountant and the expenses. And so only 20 cents is going to the issue that you want to fix.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of non-for-profits do shady things.
Yeah.
So the elements are there. It's just whether it's happening this time.
Yeah. Ooh, we'll tune in, find out.
Yeah. But I think that's going to end part one. We're just kind of having some fun with some YouTube stuff that's real big in the news right now.
Yeah.
Especially with two very well-known like legacy YouTubers.
Yeah, you and me.
Yeah.
Tyler, Tyler Tyson.
Yeah, Boogie is code for me because I'm fatter. And
and the completionist is me because I always come first.
yeah, he's also pretty big too.
Right. You should probably cut out my cum joke.
Probably. But stay tuned for part two where we're going to be talking about nerdy music. Hey everybody, welcome to part two where we're going to be talking about nerdy music. I know that you know a bit more about this. I listen to a few nerdy music style things, but not a ton. I've got a few that I really like.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of nerdcore hip hop. I've been a fan since like 2008.
Cool.
And
that sounds like when it would be cool.
It was, I think it was like the peak was around then.
Yeah.
Like it's really interesting because
like Limp Bizkit, you're hanging on.
Yeah, dude. Dad's So Sweet, nickname Candy, baby. That's from a song that you probably haven't even heard. Limp Bizkit.
Yep.
It's good.
I doubt it.
Let us know in the comments. Limp Bizkit, good or great. No, I love nerdcore hip hop. because like I grew up in the country, and then like all the hip hop, and like before 2008 was a bit more like city focused.
Okay.
You're talking about your guns and your drugs. I'm like, I don't relate to this. And then my buddy was like, have you heard this one song about Dungeons and Dragons? And you're like, go on.
Yeah.
But no, it's a really interesting thing. So I want to know, what do you consider, like, because I know you said, and I know one of the bands.
Yeah.
But what do you consider as like nerdy music?
So I think it kind of like the Magic Sword. I think they're really good. I don't know if you've heard of them. They do a lot of like video gamey style music. Like the whole band has like a comic book where it's like them finding the magic sword. So like there's that. There's Twerp, which does a lot of like space frontier type music that is with Ninja Sex Party, which is my favorite band ever. That's the VIP badge from when we went to go see them at Butler.
Hi, Ninja Brian.
Which was great. Super fun.
That was good.
So there's that. I've been getting into Thundercat recently. I don't know if that's nerdy,
So
but he's like funky, psychedelic-y.
Yeah.
Kinda.
It always gets weird, like what is and what isn't. Because I remember for a while, Nerdcore was trying to claim Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Donald Glover. Okay.
Yeah.
Then he just was like, nope.
The Protomen. I like the Protomen.
Protomen, yeah.
They're very good. Very, Mega Man-ish themed kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that is trying to be new 80s, but it's funny or comedy style.
I got you.
Yeah.
So I think like Weird Al would. So then,
Okay.
And then is that music? Because that's the thing. A lot of people in the nerdcore community debate, or a lot of nerdcore rappers are like, no, I'm a rapper.
Okay.
I rap about stuff that's in my life. That's like Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
And then people are like, oh, you're novelty rap, and they're like, no,
I'm just rap.
Yeah.
To me, that is a like semantic pride thing.
Yeah.
Like whether you consider yourself this or that, how are people finding you?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to be objective about it, if you post your stuff here and here, which one is drawing in, because that's where you're going to fit in more.
Yeah.
Like just objectively. Like I know what you might think. But
Yeah. But there's like groups that I really enjoy, like Optimus Rhyme, and then later they turned into a group called Supercommuter. They're very nerdy. Optimus Rhyme was they were all talking about being Autobots that drove cabs.
Yeah, which is great. That's awesome.
Yeah, like, all right, yeah, I'm in. This is great. But the guy, the vocalist, Wheelie Cyberman, just a good rapper.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of this other band that was out in
Is
Seattle.
that his legal name?
Yes.
Is it really?
No.
It's
Wheelie Cyberman.
Yeah.
It's this is my parents, Susan and Adam Cyberman.
Yeah. Well, that was like big Doctor Who fan, I'm guessing, right? Cyberman. That's like the second big baddie.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'd like to meet him.
Yeah.
If you're out there, Wheelie Cyberman.
Yeah. Let us know.
But like he's just a legitimately good rapper.
Yeah.
And he reminds me a lot. There's another band called the Lab Rats, which are based out of Seattle. Very similar, very smart, very kind of quicker flows. But I'm like, oh, they're very similar.
Yeah.
Very different genres.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I never really particularly listened to rap, but you got me into Prof.
Yeah, Prof's good.
He's not like nerdcore.
But I was like, Prof's
like
not nerdcore, but I bet if you like nerdcore, you'll like Prof.
Yeah.
It's very weird. You can do little steps like that. But then like we're talking about the internet drama and the other part. Like MC Chris was huge for a long time, and part of the reason why nerd hip hop took off so much was like in 2008 there was MC Chris blew up because he was a couple of voices. He was an animator on Adult Swim, and then he was a couple of voices on Aqua Teen and like C Lab.
Okay, who was he in Aqua Teen?
He was MC P Pants.
Okay,
and then the other two forms of MC P Pants.
Yeah, okay. So he was a voice.
Yeah, but
a voice.
But 3 characters.
Yeah, legally.
But yeah, and so that got big then, and then MF Doom did a really big album with Danger Mouse around that same time, and MF Doom he's just rap. He's just really good. He's very interesting flow wise, but he's a really good producer. Like he was the first one to start adding like comic booky sounds and old clips from old cartoon shows like into the samples and stuff. And so that's when it all took off. And forgot where I was going. What was the question?
Nice. I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think it's like,
Well, I'm gonna go get hit by a bus. See you later. I'm a wander off.
We were kind of chatting about like how people fall into these categories.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
And but it's very clear on like MC Chris, because he's rapping. Fats Vat was like this big one. He's got a song like Dungeon Master Ceremonies. You're like, oh, that's nerd.
Yeah.
Then there's a guy Czarface, which is I think it's Esoteric L7, MF Doom, and I think one other guy sometimes. Ghostface, no. But it's like one of these. I'm pretty sure one or two of these guys was in Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
But the whole thing is like there's a rap about him going to get a burrito and it gets diarrhea.
Yeah. Nerdy things.
Yeah. And he's rapping about all kinds of like, and it's got comic book references galore. And like, would you consider that nerd rap? I don't think people would.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Like, what's the difference?
I think for me, which I don't listen to a lot of it, I think the difference would be like the context behind it. Because like if you can reference the stuff, that's cool. But if your references are about how it like shaped you and like how it affects you, that's more of like the nerdcore thing to me. Because anybody can make a song and they're like, oh, I'm killing it like Bruce Wayne, you know?
Yeah.
That
you
doesn't
should rap.
Yeah,
you should rap more.
Right. Yo,
come on, hit it with the freestyle, Tyler.
Nope. But like anybody can make a reference, right? Or it's like I'm stronger than Superman. Something. Like, it doesn't make you nerdy,
dude. You say two more references, you got a 16.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm working on it.
So just slowly. It's been 8 months per line.
Yeah. But so yeah, just making a reference doesn't make you nerdy. But if it's about who you are, I think that's when it becomes nerdy.
Yeah, so we went to the Ninja Sex Party acoustic show, which was very good. It was very good. It was very interesting.
Up close and personal.
Up close and personal. We were in the second.
Oh yeah, you can go to Ninja Sex Parties like Instagram and stuff, and if you look up the Indianapolis pictures, it's me and you right there up front.
Nerd news, baby. But like I went to a nerdcore concert in like 2008. Like it was great. It blew my mind because they had MC Chris before he. Oh, we'll get to his little drama in a second. But like it was MC Chris I think he was headlining, and then it was like Schaefer the Dark Lord, Mega Ran, like all these dudes that I'm like, I like all these guys. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to because like I knew it was Schaefer the Dark Lord and MC Chris.
Okay.
I didn't know the other names. And then all of a sudden, like, the first guy was this guy named Richie Branson, who's, he's great. He's big in the nerdcore scene now.
Yeah.
Like, I like that guy.
I always like going to concerts and finding out that one of the people that you don't know is really good.
Yeah.
Like, that's this guy, Neil Francis.
Yeah.
That's how I discovered him. I went to go see, I can't remember his name right now, Marcus King. I went to go see Marcus King, and then this guy was the middle act. And it was like, I like him so much more now. Like some guy I never even heard of became one of my most recent, like, top listened to artists.
Yeah, it just came out swinging.
Yeah.
But, but the concert, I love going to nerd concerts because the crowd is as expected.
Yeah, nobody knows how to act.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
But they get after it though. You know what I mean? Like it's like once like the show starts and the lights go down, everyone's like, no one can look at me specifically.
Yeah.
And they're just dancing. The worst dance.
I'm getting it.
I love it.
Yeah. It was like, I went to the 10th anniversary, I think it was like 2019, the 10th anniversary tour of Ninja Sex Party. And it was in the Chicago Bulls arena, stadium, whatever it's called.
The greatest thing to ever happen there.
Don't do sports. Yeah. Of course it was. You kidding me? What, has the greatest athlete ever performed there? I don't think so.
This guy's got a new album coming out called where it's like you're trying to bang your mom.
Yeah. But it was the 10th anniversary tour, and it's so funny because I don't know a ton of people that listen to them as regular, like every day, like I do. I'm a big fan. And just seeing an entire arena of thousands of people doing the Cool Patrol dance together,
which is pretty. Did you eat the whole bird?
The white,
Did you eat a bird to gain its power of flight?
I took a pigeon in. No. But like seeing all these people have this shared experience. But if you met any of these people out in the normal world, just awkward. Like having a hard time putting sentences together because they're nervous. But just everybody's just getting it.
It's like all the home schools were empty that day.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love like it's why like I love Monster is like anytime a community can come together of people that are maybe like a little nerdier or like tend to stay inside.
Yeah,
I do too. That's why I think I relate to it a lot. It's because it's me.
Yeah.
I'm just too dumb to be awkward.
Yeah.
You're self-conscious. What
Yeah.
I mean? I'm just like I'll just bowl into this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like your conversation could use a little bit of me.
I couldn't help notice you guys weren't talking about that thing I'm going to bring up.
But yeah, so you got into it in like 2008. Has the scene, has the industry around like has it changed much since 2008?
Yeah, it's interesting because like it's gotten so much easier to make music and get your music out there that there are a ton more nerdcore artists, but it falls under the same problem as I'm sure any genre does.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people aren't very good at it, or a lot of it because like rap, you can tell there's good rap or not, and some of them are like, yo, I'm so nerdy that I hit it like Birdie, and I'm under 30. You're like, what? You had a hard swallow in it?
Yeah.
But so it's like I've been trying to find more people to listen to, but it's hard.
It's funny how that works out because I'm assuming at some point there was like a nerdcore artist that was like the GOAT, like the best that everybody was trying to like,
Yeah. Yes and no. Like there's a guy named MC Frontalot who's like the godfather of it, and he's got a real disjointed flow. So, but like the best ones when I was like into it, like there's a guy named Kabuto the Python, and he was just a diss nerdcore rapper.
Okay.
So he would just talk shit about other nerdcore rappers.
All right.
Like, but he was probably one of the better rappers.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like don't shit where you sleep,
But here's
like,
the thing. He even had a line. He's like, "This rap thing's a hobby. I'll lose interest eventually."
Okay.
He wears a Guy Fawkes mask.
Okay, I like that a lot.
He's pretty interesting. And he has like a big flat brim hat over it because he's a rapper. And he would go to like there's a video of him rapping at a house party. Over them, he's like just holding a microphone up to the guy.
Yeah,
it was like
sounded
Charlie,
like the teacher from
Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
But it's like the people that were like the top tier were like MC Chris, Schaefer the Dark Lord, MC Frontalot, MC Lars, which I don't really like him. Okay. He's fine. Like he's got a couple of good songs. I just don't like his style. It's nothing against him.
Nope, it's personal.
Then like Optimus Rhyme, and then after that, not a lot. I found like Mega Ran and Richie Branson, like two people. There's a guy named N3RD or NRD3 or something like that, like who performed at Gen Con last year.
Okay,
which I got to see him. He was good. But yeah, a lot of it's not great.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is. Like I was working on a joke. I guess I'm still technically working on a joke.
Yeah.
How it's like,
or you could just quit.
Yeah,
like,
I
just stopped.
But like for all the great music, like that's inspired by a genre setting, like Daft Punk. Like Daft Punk is known for being amazing when it comes to like the electronic style of music.
Yeah.
But because of them, every dickhead with a computer thinks that they're going to be Daft Punk, and we have so much just crappy electronic music now.
I like where we're at in music nowadays because you don't have to have like a label.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to get it done, you can. We have enough equipment. We could do it.
Yeah. Well, that's the beautiful thing about now is that you don't need a studio.
Yeah.
Like you need some money, right? Like we couldn't have done this if we didn't work 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
Save up money for longer than it felt like we should needed to.
Yeah.
Got the stuff and slowly got into this stuff. Like anybody can do it now. But that also means there's so many more people doing it now.
Yeah.
You said that one of them had like a controversy.
Oh yeah. Like so MC Chris, he was like the darling of it because he was the most mainstream popular guy known.
Like Boogie.
Kind of, yeah, like Boogie. And it's very similar to that too, where I've seen MC Chris two or three times.
Okay.
I think it's 3 times. Yeah, it's 3 times.
It matters.
It does. And so what happened is like, so I saw him in 2008. Great show. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. It was awesome. Next time I saw him, it was in like 2 years later in 2010. And about this time, he started to really get an ego about it.
Okay.
And he...
Which normally if you get an ego about something, it's because you deserve it.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
But he was at a concert. He was doing a concert, and someone at the concert tweeted like, man, MC Chris fucking sucks. And then tagged him in a picture, and he stopped the concert.
Good sign.
Yep. And he was like, hey, which one of you motherfuckers did this?
That's pretty funny.
It wasn't fun. But again, it's the audience, it's the awkward kid nerd, you know what I mean? So everyone's like, oh, Dad's mad, you know? And he's a little guy with a high-pitched voice, and so he's like, hey, which one of you motherfuckers did this? It's pretty funny. But then, so that blows up. That gets caught on, online. They kind of run with it, and then he does like a not really apology, and everyone's like, "Come on, dude!" And he's like,
"Did he have a ukulele?"
He did not.
For those of you that get that reference,
apparently she's back with another apology without the ukulele.
Sure,
but and then it's just been kind of like that. And I saw him the second time. It was after that, and he started to do stand-up bits between songs.
Man, just so many good decisions.
Yeah, but they weren't good, and they're political too. They're it was you guys know again, Rand Paul. We're like, no, we wanted to hear you rap about.
It's a weird one to specifically get upset about.
I don't know. I just picked a name.
Yeah, that's a weird name to pick out.
He knows what he did.
Yeah, no, I don't think he does.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then I saw him the third time, and the crowd is smaller and smaller each time because he just keeps doing these things. And the last time I saw him, I got in for free. Although it was a free concert. I was like, and he was down the block. So I'll go see. I'll check him out. I wanted to see I saw the opening acts, and then he got on there, and he had a 30-minute stand-up set.
Cool.
Before he did a single.
I'm sure he killed it.
No. People were leaving pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then he did a song, and then he started going to another thing, and I was like, I'm out of here. This was free. You couldn't pay me to stay right now.
That's so weird.
But man, yeah, it's just one of those weird things.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Defense Mechanism.
Yeah, Defense Mechanism.
Making sweet chiptune music.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I'm a big fan.
It's a good theme for a good podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. One might say better podcast now.
Yeah, no. You left me
back.
You left me in charge of the second segment, and boy, we are struggling.
Oh man, but I never really got into the rap side of the nerd stuff. Most nerdy things I listen to is 80s themed. I adore I'm sure that you put that together as a vaporwave style
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's I adore the 80s stuff. So Ninja Sex Party, Twerp, that's my jam. I like anything with a synth. If it's got a synth in it or slap bass, I'm in. Nice. There's no way I'm not gonna like it.
And it's really 80s music is a really good conduit for that.
Yeah.
Because nerdy country music, that feels weird.
It doesn't sound like it'd be good.
Would
you consider Bug Hunter nerdy? Because
as a person, yes, I talked to him.
As a person, yes. As a person, 100%. Because that's somebody that we both really like.
Yeah.
But he's not singing about Marvel and stuff like that. It's just being about an awkward kid.
Yeah, I would put it under a nerd genre, but I would say it's more of post-punk,
nerd alternative,
just life alternative.
Yeah, because his Mr. McCracken song and Panic in the Disco Room is just
they're great, they're fantastic.
So
but that's just him relating a story, of a thing that happened to him, and he just happens to be a very nerdy man.
Yeah, he's great. We play a board game because of him.
We're playing Unmatched now. We're coming for you, Bug.
Yeah, right.
Next time you're on tour, you're gonna Red Riding Hood the shit out of us.
Yeah,
just gonna beat the brakes off.
Yeah,
we're gonna be.
I just need to practice with the T-Rex. Which that's a sentence.
So weird. Yeah. Oh man, if I can get my Spider-Man game on point, really take out your T-Rex so we can survive Sherlock Holmes.
It sounds like a kid's fantasy WWE. It was the T-Rex is, oh look, it's Spider-Man. He just tagged in Beowulf. What is going on? It's
what kind of 7-year-old's Beowulf?
Yeah, right.
I love Beowulf and Pokemon.
But man, it's a very fun game. But anything else you want to add about nerdy music?
I just love it.
Yeah,
it's great. I wish. So that's the other thing to do is I'm kind of bringing up. If you guys tell me about nerdy rappers or nerdy music you guys like, because I'm always looking for more people. It's just hard to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You having a stroke? You smell toast?
I Mitch McConnell for a second.
But yeah, and I guess just since Ninja Sex Party is my favorite, they have an album coming out in
plug 'em
March.
up.
Check it out. Ninja Sex Party, March. It's called These Nuts.
It's actually called, I think it's D's.
It is D's?
I think it's D's
Okay, I
Nuts.
gotcha. I didn't know if D's Nuts was trademarked.
Yeah, by Big Dog T-shirts.
Yeah. But so check them out. Always love to see them. Twerp's coming out with some stuff here soon.
Nice.
Big fan of them as well. So yeah, check out some of my favorite bands and let me know if there's anything that I would like that you guys listen to that falls under that. But cool. Do you want to tell people what you're doing?
Yeah, everyone should check out Monster. We're getting, if you're in Indianapolis, we do live shows, or if you're in Louisville, we do live shows, or we're
Maybe Illinois soon.
we're in talks with Illinois and a couple other places in Indiana to do live D&D. It's been super fun. But other than that, I do a ton of stand up. You said this is coming out Monday?
Yeah. Monday.
If you're in Saugatuck, Michigan, come to Coral Gables tomorrow, please.
I just took out an ad campaign there, so
I've done this one before, and I would love to see you there. But I'll just be getting back from the Bahamas.
Cool, right on. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been Nerd News. Check out, we got a bunch of projects coming up. We do our daily short. We're going to do shorts from the pod. We've got the pod coming out Monday. We're working on sketches soon. So we've got all kinds of stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Let us know what you want to see, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you for checking out Nerd News, everybody. We don't have advertising, so you are the advertising. If you like it, tell a friend, like, comment, subscribe, even leave a review on Apple. Everything that you do to support us, we truly appreciate it. And we actually just launched our Patreon, so if you'd like to support us even more, you can go check that out. All of our content is free. We have different rewards for different tiers, so check that out. And thanks again. We'll catch you next time.